Hey y'all, it's Johnny Vannz. Welcome to Hillbilly University. It's my shop. Well, y'all know what I say. It ain't what you don't do, it's what you do. And as funny as that sounds, it's true, I believe. And in this case, sometimes it's what you don't do too. And what we don't do, or what we ain't gonna do, is spend a lot of money here. If you got a Ford Explorer, I got an 03 sitting right here. If you got a Ford Explorer that has a code for the shift solenoid going out, and you can't really go nowhere, especially up hills, pretty much anywhere but downhill, and you think you need a new transmission, or you need a solenoid pack, or you need to spend money, I got some news for you. I'll show you the codes, show you what it does, and I'll show you how to trick your truck and drive it wherever you want. Because I'm in the dead center of the Appalachian Mountains. Anytime I go anywhere, I gotta go over big mountains. And if this truck wasn't able to shift past second gear, I wouldn't go nowhere. I guess I'd be spending a lot of money and putting a transmission in it. We're gonna trick this truck, baby. I'll show you how. Stick around. So here we go. I'm gonna flip you around so you can see this code. Let's see. Here's the main one everybody searches on, P0733. Sometimes it's accompanied with other codes, pressure control solenoid and things like that. The main thing is to determine whether or not you can trick it. If you can't trick it, then you got a problem. In almost every case that I've gotten a hold of, you can trick it. I bought this truck for $500. About 6 months ago this happened. I run it every day. Like I said, I can't leave without going over mountains that burn up people's vehicles. Almost every time you go, you see something on the side of the road. There's big mountains out here. I ain't putting no transmission in it. I ain't even putting a set of solenoids in it. In most cases, that solenoid, the 2 to 3 shift solenoid, is the only one that's going to go. I'm good. Watch me. Oh, we're still on selfie. All right. So one of the first things I want to do right now is give you a way to find out if your transmission is bad or just your shift solenoid is bad. Now, it says third gear, incorrect pressure or something like that. What that means is third gear just won't hold. So what I want you to do is I want you to put your shift selector in second gear, all the way down to 2. That's 5 clicks. Reverse, neutral, drive, 3, 2. We're gonna find out if second gear can hold. If second gear can hold, you don't have a mechanical transmission slipping issue. You've got a solenoid issue, and if you ain't got the money to fix it or replace your car or your transmission, we're cruising now. If you ain't got your money, we can still get around. We ain't gotta spend no money. So I'm in second gear. What I want you to do is just drive around. Don't run your tachometer, your RPMs, up past 4 grand. Try to stay 3.5 if you can, but 4. And essentially, all you need to do is just make sure that it will accelerate. Your truck will accelerate and run up to that 3,500 RPMs, or 3,500 RPMs, sorry, or 4,000 if that's what you want to run it up to. And then it slows down when you let off the gas, and then it accelerates again and it runs up. Not that your engine is just revving and it ain't going nowhere. Now, if you get up past 4 grand, you ain't gonna really go nowhere, and you're probably gonna blow your motor up, but that's what you need to do. So I'm in second gear, I'm gonna run it. Now I'm at 3.5 grand at about 32 miles per hour. You ain't gotta go real fast. And if you can stay at 32 and you're good, your transmission itself is good. Let off, slow down a little bit, give it some brake, and then accelerate again. And then you know that the transmission is holding up. Now, if you were in drive, of course, it would feel like your transmission is slipping, like it's revving and it's not going anywhere. But the transmission is not the issue. I'm being very erect, I ain't even paying attention. It's just this shift solenoid, and I'm gonna show you how to trick it. I'm gonna get up to the base of the mountain, and then I'll be back with you here in a minute. I just wanted to bring y'all so you could see that no matter where I go around here, I got big mountains to go over. When I'm riding around town, I keep it in second gear like I showed y'all. You know, if you ride around, you let it slip like that all the time, you're probably going to damage something sooner or later. So if you're in a town where you're 25, 30 mile an hour all the time, just keep it there in second and just don't go much above that. I mean, you're always going to burn up a little bit more gas when you do this, but your truck ain't parked, you can actually use it. I can drive hours. I just took a 2-hour trip the other day. I can go wherever I want as long as I drive in this fashion. So I'm going 30 mile an hour. Now you can see, look, I just slowed down. Now when I want to speed up again, watch. There I go, it'll hold. I can go wherever I want. It's not slipping, it's accelerating. You've seen that I gained speed by my speedometer and I'm good to go. So anyway, I'm gonna get to the mountain and then I'll hit y'all. So here we are, we're coming out of town, past the Mackie D's. And we're gonna come to a stop sign. Now after the stop sign, we'll climb this mountain. There's 2 sections of this climb. It's the biggest mountain around. And I'm gonna show you how to do it. So, in order to climb this mountain, obviously I need to go faster than 25, 30 mile an hour. I'm gonna try to give you all the best indication of what I'm doing. I'm gonna run this up to about 4,000 RPM. At that point in time, I'm gonna let off the gas, I'm gonna shift the drive. I'm gonna watch it drop, it just shifted, and now I can go. Now watch. I'm just gonna give her gas and I'm gone. What I did was, let me put my windows up so I know you can hear me. What I did was, I tricked the truck into thinking that I already should be in 4th gear. And once I get into 3rd and 4th, I don't have to worry about anything until it tries to switch from 2nd to 3rd again. Now, if it gets to a point up here where it tries to downshift all the way to 2nd, it'll slip then. And then I can just let off the gas, make sure my speed is below, 35 or so, and switch back into 2nd, and we'll go. Now what I'll do, we'll get up here to a stop sign and we'll have the second half of the climb. It's like a 10% grade, which is pretty bad. And I'll actually make it slip so you can see that my transmission is doing, well, you've seen the code, but you'll know what's going on. Now here, if I keep this steady throttle, I don't want to punch my gas because that makes it drop down and try to downshift to pick up acceleration. I keep steady throttle. If I fall to 45 mile an hour or something like that, that's okay. The people behind me are just gonna have to deal with it because I can just pep on up this hill. Now, if I leave this truck and drive, which I'm gonna do when I come up here to this yield, I'm gonna come to a stop and I'm gonna leave it and drive, and you'll see it won't go anywhere. I'll have to actually pull over. So I'm not gonna downshift. This section of the mountain is serious. Oh, we even got construction going on. Now look, it's trying to downshift. It's not shifting. It's revving. It's not doing anything. Look, I can't get it to shift. Over $4,000. I'll blow it up. So I'm gonna let off. I'm gonna let it die down. I'm gonna bring it to 2nd. All right. Now it's in 2nd. I let it shift. Keep your foot off the gas to let it shift. You'll feel it. Dun, dun. And then you can take off. Now I'm gonna run up to 4 real hard. I'm gonna put it in drive, and then I gotta wait for it to drop down about 1,200. And drop. Boom. Now I can go. I've done tricked my shift. Look, I just tried to floor it. Look at that. Here we go. Now I'm picking up RPMs. I'm up 45. If I didn't do this, I'd be done. Now we gotta stop for construction. Obviously. Go figure. But what we're going to do is just turn around. They're going to be pissed off, but they'll live. Now downhill, obviously, you probably don't have this problem. But we just went up a big mountain. Now I can address, I'm going to flip this. I can address any problems or thoughts or questions you have about doing this. When I first started doing it, I goofed up a time or two and I made it slip. Now I'm pretty used to it. Or one time, actually twice now, I thought I was in second when I was taking off, or I got so used to the habit of being in second and switching up twice, I ended up switching into reverse because I was still in drive. It won't hurt anything when you do it real quick. It'll feel funny and you hear a little noise, but there's safeties within the transmission to stop it from really screwing anything up. So that's it. You know, like I said, here I am. I'm gonna switch in the second to take off and show you again. I can climb over all them mountains this way. Like I said, I've been doing this 6 months now. So here I am in second. Now, this is downhill, but either way, I just want to show you again. The main thing is that you get it up to a ground speed that would normally be a drive gear, and then watch it shift. You can feel it shift. You can watch it. If you just want to look at your tachometer and watch your RPMs, like I said, if you run it up to about 4, you wait, it'll drop down to second. That'll mean that it switched into third gear, and then it'll drop down, it'll drop down to about 2,000 RPMs, and then you know it just switched into third gear, and then it'll drop down like 12 or 1,000, and you know it made it all the way to 4. And that's it. Your vehicle uses speed sensors and things like that to know how fast you're going, to tell what gear to put itself in. So if you're having a problem shifting from second to third, that shift isn't happening, but your transmission is good, all you need to do is tell your vehicle speed sensor that you need to be in 4th gear. Eliminate that 2 and 3 for a while, and then you can come back down. It'll downshift into 3rd, and that's fine. You know, if you need to get a little acceleration, don't punch it. You know how when you punch a car, you can feel it go. That's a downshift. If you really punch this thing, you know, if you're doing 40 or 35, it'll downshift to 2nd gear. You don't want that because your 2 to 3 shift is bad. Your 3 to 4 is fine. So you can get a little acceleration from downshifting down to 3rd. And that's about it, man. 6 months running around in this thing, and I ain't spent $1. It's not gonna hurt it. It's all good. Like I said, I'll use a little bit more gas running up them high RPMs, and sooner or later it's gonna put wear and tear on it. But as goes with all my cars, I only spent a few hundred. I think I said 5 earlier, but I actually spent 400 on this truck. And I'm back in town. Like I said, I just put it down in second, and that's where I'm going to stay. I'll just cruise around. Most of the time, just to save my gas and not beat it up, speed limit here is 25, so I'll just stay at about 20, sometimes 25. I don't want to burn nothing up. Take it easy on it. Keep my money in my pocket, man, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, it ain't what you don't do, it's what you do. And what you should be doing, what you should do, is be catching everything you need to know on Hillbilly University. Come see Johnny Vannz. All I ask is that you guys give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and if you get a chance, I'm a musician. Well, maybe not much of a musician, but I'm a pretty decently known songwriter. I'm okay. Go on and look at some of my music and share it with anybody you know might be into like blues and southern rock, outlaw music, stuff like that. And tell me what you think if you feel like it. That's the only payment I ask. I just showed you how to fix your truck for free. I ain't gonna ask you for nothing but that. Go find some of my music and share it. Hang around, keep checking me out. If y'all got any questions to ask, man, I'm gonna start doing follow you up. Follow up. I ain't got no light. I'm gonna start doing follow-up videos and all that for these other ones that I got, and see if I can keep helping y'all out. I'll show you how to fix some other stuff. Peace out, y'all. Take
it down a little bit for you. Tell you a little bit about myself. If I could get the dirt out from under my nails, I'd shave my face and cut my hair. I'd walk the line and keep it there if I could. If I had $1 for the times I tried, I'd save them up and I would buy something fancy, try to make me look real good. But I'm just a man, I do the best that I can to keep it together. You can count your cash on hand and count on me to stand beneath you forever. If I could rewind time, I'd go back again to the very first breath I took in, and I'd fill it with a scent of your dollar bill. Maybe I'd live for the things you love and slide a tenth to the man above, and have something I could leave you in my will. But I'm just a man, I do the best that I can just to keep it together. You count your cash on hand and count on me to stand beneath you forever. But I stand like concrete rain. Something good comes to these breaths. Now you pay my tax to I'm just a man. If I could get the dirt out from under my nails, I'd shave my face and cut my hair.